Still here in Portland Harbour. It rained like the clappers this morning, and the forecast was for it to continue to rain, but it's cleared up. There's a bit of breeze, and it's a bit more favourable than I expected, and we've got the tide with us as well, so I'm going to get on my way and start going back again. Bye bye Castle Cove Sailing Club, thank you for a night's mooring. Absolutely flat calm in here. One knot of wind, it says, but I can see ripples out in the channel, so hopefully it will be better then. Well, the ripples out in the channel were deceptive. It's flat calm, really. Slight change of plan, it looks a bit claggy up ahead. I thought, as there's so little wind and we're motoring, we just pop into Lulworth Cove so I could at least show you guys what it looks like. During the long motor to Lulworth, I noticed white smoke from the exhaust. Closer inspection, it looked like steam. There was cooling water coming out of the exhaust, and though the heat exchanger was unusually warm, the engine temperature was normal. I checked the raw water inlet strainer, which was empty, and opened and shut the seacock a few times just in case a bit of weed was blocking it. Then I decided to continue to Lulworth, but keep a close eye on the engine. We're nearly there, but even from this distance it's difficult to spot exactly where the entrance is. It's dead ahead of us, but it's not obvious. There it is. Very, very popular place in the summer. Wonderful bathing and easy water sports and things like that. Gets very, very busy with yachts, but there's nobody in there today, so we'll pop in. Right, in we come, and we're going to moor anchor just over here. There are moorings over there for small boats, probably local fishing boats, but there's an anchorage here. It's reasonably deep actually, it's quite surprising. There you are, Lulworth Cove. A natural harbour. Carved out, hundreds of years ago. That rockfall looks a bit perilous, doesn't it? Geologist's delight, this place, isn't it? Look at that stratus there. It's very quiet and nice today. In the summer it heaves with people. So popular. But such a pretty place. There we are, as we've dropped the hook. I thought it was nice to have lunch. There's not much wind out there still. Have lunch and give the engine a rest. And get on our way after this. Nice healthy salad. Wind looks as if it's picking up out there. Bye bye Lulworth. Bit of breeze kicking up now. Well, this is pretty nice. Just over 4 knots with 13 knots of wind, hard on the wind, but looks like we're going to get round St Albans Head without too much difficulty. There's St Albans Head ahead there. It's really good. Wind's filled in a treat, and it's just about right. Wind's picked up nicely, and we're just laying a course for St Albans Head here. But we're doing 4.6 over the ground. It was 5 just now, so wind's varying a bit. And then, just to add to my day, the Waverley steamed past. She's the only sea-going, passenger-carrying paddle steamer left. I think she's a beautiful ship, an old-fashioned classic. A trip on her is on my bucket list, maybe next year. Bit of a shame the wind's dropped as we've hit the foul tide round St Albans, so we're having to motor sail. Even then we're not going particularly quickly. That's Chapmans Pool over there, but you can't really see it from here, but there's a gap down there and that's Chapmans Pool. The tide has changed against us now and I'm a bit concerned about the engine holding up when we get to the race at St Albans Head. I've just tried to get through the race there and it's running faster than I can motor, so I've turned around and despite the fact that it's not ideal tonight, I'm going to anchor in Chapmans Pool. The wind's going to be light anyway according to the forecast, so I can tuck up against the shore and should be alright, but I'm really worried about running my engine to death. Well, this isn't an ideal wind direction for this little cove, but it's very light and the forecast for the next 12 hours is it's going to stay pretty light, so just need to keep a watch out, I suppose, but until the tide turns I'm stuck here. Well, there's minimal load on the anchor. We've got about 9 knots of wind blowing straight in the entrance here. Way on the distance there's a boat, a sailing boat. That has been in pretty much the same spot since we got in here. And though this might not be an ideal spot, it's considerably quieter than it was in Poole Harbour a few days ago. So we'll just have to be careful. I've worked out the best time to leave tomorrow, which is just after 9 o'clock, by which time the tide will be in our favour. The other time would be later on this evening, but I don't want to go out in the dark. And the wind forecast is to stay pretty light like this all night, so. This is a really strange place. That cliff there looks like it could be coal or something similar. I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't apprehensive about a situation here. Wind strength is still sort of 10 knots max, 8 to 10, and it feels fairly benevolent. There's a little bit of sea coming in now, but nothing excessive. I've worked out the course out of here straight out, so I've got that written down, and I've checked the nav lights work, so if things start going wrong, I can just drive straight out and work things out from there, really. It just looks very forbidding. This black cliff is very unstable. I watched bits of it falling off just now, so but anyway, this is still not as anywhere near as uncomfortable as Poole Harbour was, but as it gets darker it does look more and more forbidding. Oh, and the other thing is there's absolutely no phone signal down here. It's completely nothing at all. Well, I've made a pretty serious mess up here. We're in Chapmans Pool, and when I went in it was very calm and looked fine, but as the winds picked up during the night, it's got progressively more uncomfortable. We're pitching enormous, great big waves coming rolling in, and it's very uncomfortable. Winds up to 16 knots now, and it's not I don't think I don't want to go out in the dark in this guy. I can't see what's happening outside. The anchor's holding, fortunately. I've done all I can with that. I'm sure you won't be able to see anything because it's very, very dark out here, but I'm sure you'll be able to hear the waves breaking on the shore about 350 feet away. Scary stuff. I've got the chart plotter now with the cursor over the position of the boat, so if the boat moves I'll be able to see, but also I've got an alarm set up from the chart plotter which will wake me up should I fall asleep. We're holding our own at the moment. There's not an enormous amount of strain on the anchor chain, but these waves coming through really pitch the boat about. Curiously, it's not anywhere near as bad as it could be if it was rolling, but it's awesome outside. I can't show you because it's dark, but it's quite scary outside. So take warning if you do visit Chapmans Pool. It's a delightful place in a northerly wind. It is not at all nice in a southerly or south westerly as it's gone round now. Don't do it. I regret doing it now, and I'll be glad if I get out of this unscathed. I'm sure I will. Everything seems okay. It's just very, very uncomfortable, and I'm sleeping in my clothes. I'm not sleeping really, I'm just going to bed in my clothes and getting up every half an hour or so really, and just checking. But she's holding all right at the moment, but not good, not good. So don't do it. Don't be a silly Billy like me.
As the light gradually got stronger, so did the wind. A glance at the echo sounder showed 1 foot below the keel 1 minute and 6 feet the next, as Zephyr IV pitched in the waves. I was getting ready to go on deck when I felt her touch bottom. I scrambled up to the bow and hauled on some chain to keep her away from the shallow area. Went back and started the engine and motored forward a little, and then hauled the chain in until the windlass jammed. I rushed aft, put the engine back in gear, and then up forward to haul the rest of the chain in by hand. Finally motored out with a huge sigh of relief.
Just leaving Chapmans Pool, got very shallow in there, touched the bottom and got out quickly, and we're just motoring out into 24-25 knots of wind and an horrible sea, as you can see. That's when I get clear of St Albans Head, which is over there. Sorry, I'm not going outside to show you that. And then I can put the jenny up and actually steady her down a bit, and that'll give us enough drive, I think, to get round. But it's done. I got used to this. I've been bounced about like this all night. I'm glad to be out of it actually, and a bit earlier, setting off a bit earlier than I intended, but safe and sound by the feel of it. It's a bit rough and horrible, but we are getting away from it gradually. Speed over the ground's only a couple of knots. Got a bit of tide helping us as well. Here goes. Good start to the day. Just got a small amount of jib out, and I'm doing 3.6 knots, and I'm just about to go into this blooming race. Hopefully it's running with us and not against us. There's Anvil Point. It's got a bit choppy again here, but we'll soon be around this, and Durston Head, which is the next headland beyond it with the castle on it, and then across the Solent, across to the Solent. That's Durston Head we're leaving behind. A bit of a race here as well. Still got a little bit of tide against us, so we've got wind over tide. There's Old Harry Rocks down to Pool. Oh, another rolly trip towards the Isle of Wight. Bay looking very sharp and clear today. You can really see the different coloured sands in this light. Very strong tide in our favour today. Speed through the water is 4.7 knots. Speed over the ground is 6.4 knots. Hurst Narrows race in front of us, and just for a change, it's in our favour. We're going in the right direction. It's still going to be a bit lumpy for a few minutes. Sailing wing on wing in 25 knots, and well, I can keep it straight, doing 9.1 knots over the ground. 6 knots through the water at the moment, it says, but really tramping. On our way back to Clarence Marina. We'll be there fairly quickly, I would think. Well, this has been a very quick sail up the Solent with this nice tide underneath us and a decent breeze. Most of the time we're doing 6 knots, and the tide adding another couple, maybe sometimes more. So we're approaching Gilkicker Point at the moment, and the sun's come out for a bit. It's a gloomy old day though, really. That's Gilkicker Fort, just going round Gilkicker Point and into the mouth of Portsmouth Harbour. And got the jib down now, wind pretty much behind us. End of a interesting sail.